back. Then I am the Digital Gal, and this is what in the ads is going on. Today I'm going to be covering off everything you need to know about getting Facebook Business Manager set up. This is one of the most common issues and common problems that I see with small business owners, where you have a page that you've had set up for the longest time, and then you finally decide that you want to start doing some advertising. And what comes along with that is sometimes a little bit of leftover, it's almost like leftover space junk of how Facebook has had things set up in the past. Then they have changed settings, they've added on new features, they've made some features available in Business Manager that you can't get available elsewhere, and now they're starting to move everything forward and push you into making sure that you're accurately and adequately using Facebook Business Manager and not just operating business out on its own. So Business Manager is this little bit of a curveball. It can be a little bit hard to navigate, and this is where I often see a lot of businesses get kind of tripped up and snagged up. So, before we get into all of that, I wanted to give a giant shout out to everyone who's watching this live. So if you're popping on live, popping in, make sure you say hi. And we've got Annalisa. Hi, Annalisa. It's great to see you here. And love the title of this live, What in the Ads is Going On. I mean, it changes week to week, right? So yes, if you are watching this live, make sure you drop in, say hello, let me know that you are here. And I also have some cool things to give away today. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Restream. So Restream is sponsoring this show. If you haven't tried Restream yet, I highly encourage you to head on over to thedigitalgal.com/Restream. And that's where you can check this lovely feature out where you can multi-stream. You can broadcast to multiple locations at the exact same time. So right now, if you are watching this on Facebook, you might be seeing this on my page. You might be seeing this in a Facebook group. You might be seeing this on YouTube right now. So there's lots of different places that I am showing up in your feed right at the moment, and that's all thanks to Restream. So if you have the opportunity, head on over there and check it out. So the other cool thing that I have for you, it's all the way down here, there we go. If you've been tuning in, you know that I have been saying I'm going to be giving away a Facebook portal. So I have this, I love that I'm using a green screen and it doesn't always pick it up. We got the little, the little window down here. So yes, I'm going to be giving away a portal, and we've got Lisa. Lisa, you've been on like all the broadcasts lately. Yes, and you've been having some issues with Business Manager. Hopefully this broadcast will be able to work out some of those issues. And if you do have questions, Lisa, as we're going, drop in those questions as we go and let me know, and I can help tailor this broadcast and sort it out. So let's talk about giving away a portal, shall we? So I'm actually going to give this one away. I'm going to give this one away right here, almost right now. And I have a second one that I'm giving away next week. So if you want the chance, aw, small dog, he is actually sitting right here. Maybe I should get him to come say hi. Come on, Smalls. Up, up. Right here. And an appearance from the small dog, the famous one. He's like, what, squirrel? Anywhere? No? Okay, bye. So yes, if you want the chance to win one of these lovely things, I'm about to call the name of the person who entered last week to win this one. Actually, this is the empty box, my actual sealed box. I have two in a sealed box. I'm giving away one now, one on this show next week. So how the heck are you going to get the portal? Well, let's just enter this here. One way is you're going to head over to thedigitalgal.com/contest. And from there, it's you enter by entering your email address. And what that's doing is you are signing up for my email list. And once you're signed up on my email list, then you're going to get notifications for these shows when I'm going live. So it's a win-win, right? And then you're going to learn all sorts of fun stuff like this. And we've got Lorena in from the Philippines. It's great to see you. And Annalisa, sweet, who doesn't love a giveaway? Exactly. And Lorena, small dog. And I do recognize, folks, I do recognize the small dog. He's not small. All right, so who wants to know who won the portal from last week? Any guesses? Let's go right here. Okay, so the portal from last week, this lovely thing right here that I'm giving away. By the way, if you don't know what a Facebook portal is, it is, it's like a video calling device, and I use it for calling all my girlfriends, all my friends when I'm not on Zoom or not in work mode. I'm usually on my portal in my kitchen, either having a glass of wine and having a chat with friends. But the cool thing is the portal camera is, it follows you as you walk through the room, or if someone else walks into the room, and the camera will zoom out to include their face as well. or as soon as that person leaves, it'll zoom back in on your face. It's kind of really, it's a little more of a dynamic experience. Makes you feel like you're actually in the room with the person. Let me tell you right now, while we are all social distancing and separated from our friends and family, at least this gives you one little sense of feeling a little closer. And no, this is not sponsored by Portal in any way. This is sponsored by Restream. So let me give that Portal away. That one that I just mentioned, that is going to, drum roll, I don't have any drum roll sound effects or anything. That one, and Elisa is saying, not me, I just subscribed, so at least you're entered to win next week's. This one is going to Dina Pruitt. So Dina entered last week. Dina Pruitt, I will be emailing you and I will let you know that your Portal is ready and I will be shipping that over to you with some Digital Gal goodies. So thank you very much. Okay, whew. With all that, all the fun stuff up front, let's talk about Business Manager, Facebook Business Manager. I'm going to give you a quick screen share here. I'm going to jump into a quick screen share. Let me put me down here. There we go. I'm going to jump in here, and yes, I am using Small Dog's Business Manager as an example. I just want to first show you what I'm talking about Business Manager. Then I'm going to throw it back on me full screen and chat for a little bit about this, and then I can walk you through some of the individual steps. So when you're in Business Manager, you're in business.facebook.com. If you go to business.facebook.com, you'll either see an account that you can choose, but once you're in it, it's going to look something similar to this. Now, heads up, there's Business Manager, which is what I'm looking at right now. You'll notice at the top, business.facebook.com. This is inside Business Manager. Facebook also has Business Suite, and that's rolling out to certain accounts right now. Not everybody has it. It looks extremely similar, nearly identical to this, so don't get confused. And then we have our business settings where we're going to go in and set a whole bunch of things up. Now, I do want to point out that this is quite different than, let's go Ads Manager. I want to first make the differentiation between Ads Manager and Business Manager. And then once we know the difference between those two things, then we can move on and I can explain how this is set up and why you need to have it set up this way. Now, no judgment on my campaigns here. Let me put me on this side here. So this is Ads Manager. This is where you come in and you make your ads. You use the big create ad button and you go ahead and you put these ad campaigns together. This is more advanced than hitting that boost post button. Yes. Now on the top left hand side, we've got that lovely 9-dot business tools menu. If you click into that, there you can find business settings. That's going to bring us to the exact same place as if you're inside Business Manager and you click on business settings. So that's where we're going to be spending a lot of the time together here today. But before I dig into the actual screen share and how to set all this up, first I want to explain why you should be in Business Manager, what the heck it is, and then we're going to talk about all the different ways, all the different little components that you need to have in line, all the puzzle pieces that need to fit together so that you're properly set up and operational using Business Manager. All right, so first of all, what the heck is Business Manager? And AKA Business Suite. Business Suite is kind of pulling everything in-house from your Facebook to Instagram. You know what? I'm not even going to get into Business Suite. Let's just focus on Business Manager, and Business Suite will make sense in a moment. So Business Manager, I like to explain this as though it's like your home security system. It's the access control to everything. It's like the access control hub, and it's very important. So you can have all sorts of different assets, and you want to protect them and keep them safe. So you might have certain rooms in the house that you want to keep locked so that certain people don't get in. You might have common areas like a lobby where everybody can come in and say hi. Well, Business Manager is kind of like that. You have your different assets across business when you're doing business with Facebook. And those assets are things like your business page, your ad account, things like your pixel that you put on your website and it's collecting all of your data. If you're using Facebook or Instagram shops, you have a thing called a catalog. All of those are considered different assets, and each of those assets need to be kept safe and sound and protected, and you need to give access control to only those who need access to have those things. You might have employees, people who, yourself, anyone who works with you, anybody within your company that needs access to all of these different assets. So those are internal. And then you might have to give access to somebody external, like an agency, for example, or like myself, the digital gal. If we were to work together, I would want to have access into your business manager, your home security system. And then from in there, you're going to assign me what rooms I can work in or what assets I have access to. So you're going to assign if I have access to work on your business page, if I have access to work on your ad account, and if I am running ads for you, I need access to both. And if you have a pixel, you can assign me access to the pixel, so I can go and create audiences for you based on the pixel information. If you have a catalog and we want to run some conversion ads to that catalog, don't get too lost if that's a big if you're not sure how to do that yet. Then I need access to your pixel or to your catalog. So there's all sorts of different reasons why somebody would need access to one asset versus another. And there's lots of different reasons why you would be giving out access to somebody as an employee or someone as a partner. So if I were to work with you and you were to work with me, I would be asking that you add me into your business manager as a partner. And that's external. You're giving somebody external access to your business assets. And then from there, you still have to assign me, okay, once I get access to your business manager as a partner, you still have to tell me what items I can access. It's I'm just using the word access a lot. Anywho, and then, Annalisa is saying, when I go to business.facebook.com, I end up in Facebook Business Suite. That's okay, because we're all looking for the exact same thing. Once you're in Business Suite, Business Manager, Ads Manager, it doesn't matter. The one key thing we are looking for is business settings. So let me screen share and show that. I'm going to throw me down here. So from whether you're in Business Suite or not, we're all going to have a menu similar to this on this left-hand side. If you're in Business Suite, you won't see this right up front. You won't see Business Settings, but you will see Settings. And if you click on Settings, brings you to another menu where you will see this, Business Settings. And just a heads up, everybody, my menu screen might not look the same as your menu screen. There are several different variations of menu screens floating around out in Facebook world, depending on what country you're in and what ad account you're using. So if I toggle in and out of different ad accounts, sometimes I get served with different menu screens too. But they're all the same items are there. You just have to know where to look. So what we're looking for here is business settings. So I'm going to pop on in here into business settings, and we are going to go take a look at this together. And thank you again to everybody who's catching this live right now. I would love to say hello to you over in the comments. And make sure I can give you a quick little shout out because I appreciate you showing up and hanging out with me. So this is what the inside of your business manager, whether you're using Business Suite, whether you're coming in through Ads Manager, I don't care where you're coming in from. This is inside Business Manager, and these are your business settings. So from in here on the left-hand side, remember how I was saying your business manager, this is like your overarching account. This is like your home security system. But we still have to have assets in here. So we have to connect different assets into your business manager. Now let's pretend we were setting this up from the very first time out of the blue. So what you would do is you would go to business.facebook.com. If you don't already have a business manager account, it will prompt you to set one up. You're going to follow through all the steps. You're going to enter your business website. Yes, you need to have a website in order to set up Business Manager. You're going to enter your website. You're going to enter your business email. It doesn't have to be the one that you're using with your Facebook personal account. It's fine. So you're going to set it up with your business email, whatever you're using for work, and use your real name. So a lot of people will try to put a company name in at that stage. Don't worry about it. It's yourself. Whatever you're entering is going to show up here. This is what you're calling yourself in your business manager. So when I set this one up, set myself up with the Small Dogs page and Amanda Robinson, myself, entering that. So now I'm the only person in this business manager. When I come in here, I've set up my business manager, as in just created the account. Here I am. You would normally not see these assets in here. I've added them. So now what you would do is on the left-hand side, first thing you're going to do is you're going to go click on you're going to click on pages, and you're going to add your page. Normally this would be blank and it would just prompt you right away to add the page. You click on add, And now you have these three options. You can either add a page, request access to a page, or create a new one. Most of us are not going to be creating a page right from Business Manager. We've usually done that through Facebook already. You don't really need to do it through here. If I request access to a page, what that's actually saying is I want to access a page that I don't own. So I'm not an admin on, I don't own it. I just want to go and knock on the door and say, hi, can I come play on your page, please? I don't want to do that in this case. What I do want to do is add a page that I own, I'm an administrator on with full admin rights. So if I click on add a page, then you can start typing in the Facebook page, the digital gal, for example, and I can say add page. Now I'm not going to follow through with this right now because I don't want to add my page into Small Dogs Business Manager. This is just what I'm using as an example to show you. But if you do have a business Instagram account that is also connected to your business page, that's going to be brought in here too. This is a step where sometimes, as simple as it sounds, just create a Business Manager account, add your page to it. This is an area where sometimes people run into a little bit of a stumbling block because their Instagram account might already be owned by another business manager. Okay, let me pause. Let me pause and walk you through this little quirk of Business Manager. Ooh. Back in the day, this has got to be about 2 years ago now, or a year and a half when Facebook started doing this. If you set up an Instagram account, like if you were the original creator where you went in, logged in, and you made an Instagram account, then Facebook behind the scenes, without telling you, would just all of a sudden go, okay, we made you a Business Manager account we didn't tell you, and it's housing that Instagram account. And if you were to go to business.facebook.com, you're probably going to see a blank Business Manager container in there with no pages, no people, no ad accounts. But what you'll notice is that Business Manager account has the exact same name as the Instagram handle for that new Instagram account you just created. Yeah. So what happens is you might have a lot of people who are helping businesses set up their social media. So for example, if they have, I've seen this lots where you have someone's daughter or their niece or a family member who's more tech savvy than them come along and help them set up an Instagram account and get it all set up, get it all connected, and hand it off, and away you go. Well, then once that business gets to a point where they decide they want to start advertising and they need to set up a Business Manager account, they go to set it up, and then they arrive at this step here where they go to pull their page in, and it's connected to an Instagram, but that Instagram is owned by a business manager that the daughter or the niece or the nephew, the family member who helped them set it up, it's owned by their personal Facebook login. And that person's completely unaware. So when I'm troubleshooting this and I run into this stage and can't get beyond this, where it's prompting you for an Instagram password, or it can't add the page because it's connected to an Instagram account that's owned by another business, that's where I put on my investigative skills, my little investigator lens, and then I go hunting for, okay, well, who originally set up your Instagram account? Let's go ask them to log into Facebook and go to business.facebook.com. and see what they see. Now I'm going to kind of show you behind the scenes here quickly on what that looks like for me. Business.facebook.com. When I go there, I see multiple Business Manager accounts in here. Multiple. I own a couple of them. Other people have added me on. But if you go in here and you see blank Business Manager containers with no profile photo, no cover photo, and it doesn't have any ad accounts, no pages, no people, no anything, then that's probably a really good indicator that it's connected to an Instagram account that was automatically, that Business Manager was automatically set up for you behind the scenes. And that's how you can help go hunt down. This is one of those troubleshooting steps on how you go and hunt down that account. Let me check into some of these questions. We've got morning. I know that these are coming from a Facebook group, and that's why I can't see your profile photos, and I wish I could give you a giant shout out by name. Dude, my Business Manager is such a mess. You're not alone. He's okay. We're going to get you unmessed. And then, do you find using Zoom is the easiest way to onboard less digitally savvy customers to connect your account to your customers? Yes. Yes. I can't say yes enough on that. What I do when I'm setting up a new client, actually even before I continue walking us through step by step, set this up, then get your page, then get this added. Before I even continue on that, It is critically important. If you are doing this on behalf of somebody else's business, it's critically important that that client sets up their own business manager account from within their own personal Facebook login first. Not you as an agency or as a contractor or somebody else setting it up yourself. Because each of us only have a maximum number of business manager accounts that we can create ourselves. I believe it's 2 at the basic level. I don't know if you get access to more as you grow, but it's basically 2. So you can go into business.facebook.com, create an account, and then you can also log out a business manager and then go back and create a second account. You might have 2 business manager containers or accounts for whatever reason. But if you try and create a 3rd, 4th, 5th, it won't let you. But you can be added on to other people's business manager accounts. So that's why when I went into business.facebook.com, I had a big list of them. And that's because I actually own 2 that I've created. I own more than 2. I own 2 I've created. I own a couple more that Facebook automatically created for me because I was the originator of the Instagram account that I created for my cell phone and connected to pages that I'm an admin on. And then I have other ones in there that I don't own. They're not my business manager container. I'm not the owner, but somebody has added me on as an employee, so it's showing up in my list. So that's how I've accumulated so many business manager containers. But it's critical to make sure that you have the individual set up their own business manager container first, add their page, create an ad account or add their ad account, get all their pieces in, and then give you access to all of those pieces. And that's what we're going to talk through for the rest of this broadcast, is helping you understand how all of that works. But the key is, this is like the big cliffhanger point here, the key to all of this is that it needs to be owned by the person who ultimately owns the business or has control of the business, because once they have their ad account created and living inside that business manager account, it's permanently owned by that business manager account. It cannot be removed and given to a different business manager at a later date. So if I go in, I create a business manager container on behalf of a client by myself, and then I go and create an ad account for them, set up their pixels, set up all the different pieces inside that business manager, and then at a later date down the road, the client stops working with me, I own that business manager. I own that ad account. That client can't take it with them. Or if I had set it up inside my own Digital Gal business manager and I kept making more ad accounts and new ad accounts and new ad accounts, and that client leaves, I can't give them that ad account. And most people will be like, so what? They left your business. They're not working with you anymore, so they can go create their own. On one hand, I would agree with you and say, yeah, they signed up for my services. I'm providing those services. They left that service and now they no longer have access to those services. On one hand, that's one way to look at it. I don't agree with that. The way that it is set up is that data, when you have an ad account and you're spending ad dollars, you're basically buying data. You're buying data off of Facebook. You're accumulating stats and information and data and results and all sorts of things and building your audiences. And the audiences are so key. So when you're building those audiences, such as a website visitor audience of people who went to your website, and we know that because your pixel is on your website and your pixel is connected to your ad account. When somebody, if you lose access to that ad account because it's owned by somebody else and you're no longer working with them, all those thousands of dollars that you spent on acquiring and accumulating all of that data and all that time you spent building up your audiences, you can just kiss it goodbye and watch it go down the drain. And then you have to start fresh. And starting an ad account from scratch, fresh, it's hard. It's not that hard. It's just that it takes a long time and it takes a lot of ad dollars and spend to reacquire all of that attention span, to grow your audiences, to grow your digital footprint out. It takes time, energy, money, effort, and creative. There's a lot that goes in behind it. So therefore, the business that is paying the bills, the business that is paying for those ads, is ultimately, at the end of the day, the business that needs to own that information. And to take this one step further, the business that owns that ad account is also bound by Facebook's terms and responsible for anything that goes wrong on that ad account. So you agencies out there who have been, on a legacy of operating with having your own, setting up the client accounts yourself inside your own business manager and just not really fixing it because it's too complicated to untangle, I'm looking at you right now, because you are liable. If your client goes in or if they hire somebody else and give them access to the ad account as well, and somebody goes in and creates ads that start getting rejected and doing bad business practices, and then you get that account banned, this all counts toward you, the quality of health of you as an advertiser. So if there is a bad actor involved in an account that you're associated with, it can take you down too, depending on the level and severity of the issue. So you're responsible, and you're responsible for the data that goes along with it, aka uploading email lists, customer email lists as an audience. So an audience of people, if you want to upload your customer email list, or if you're working with a client and they want to upload their customer email list, you are basically certifying to Facebook that, yes, I own this information. Yes, I have the right to this information. And when you get added as a partner onto somebody's business manager account and you go to try and do anything with those audiences, you actually, as a partner, have to agree and sign off. Well, sign off like digitally, like click, check, check, check. Yes, I agree. I take responsibility for this information and this data, and that I'm operating within Facebook's terms. So you can't go and buy a bad email list and go, well, you could, don't. You could go and get negative bad data, upload bad data into an account. You just don't want to be responsible for it. So with all that said, if it's your business, you need to own a business manager account. You need to own the ad account. And for a lot of the less tech savvy persons, I know this is a long-winded answer just to get down to answering this question here. Yes, the best way, I can jump on a video call with a client and walk through all these steps to get them to set up their own business manager account, create the account, add their page, add their ad account, create the ad account, create the pixel, and connect everything, and then give me access. I can do that within 10 to 15 minutes. So I can get a client on a call and I can just direct them through click here, grab that, click here, give me access. Thank you. And then ciao. So yeah, that is definitely, I would say, the number one way to do it, because as you're going to see, because we're going to jump back into a screen share here and walk through these things, it's going to become a little bit more cumbersome. There's some steps to it. So talking them through the steps and walking them through where to click, certainly a lot faster. Now, before I jump back into that screen share and start walking you through all those steps, just another quick reminder that if you want a shot at winning a Facebook portal that I'm going to be giving away next week, because we already gave our portal away for this week to Dina Pruitt, but if you want a chance to win another one, then hop on over to thedigitalgal.com/contest, and you can enter your email, sign up for the email list, and that's how you're going to get notifications of when this show is happening. Let me just show you what that landing page looks like. It's going to look like this. You get here, you enter your email, you sign up, and you can win that. Pretty simple. And again, another quick shout out to Restream, because this broadcast, whether you're seeing it on YouTube or Facebook groups in multiple different streaming locations, that is all thanks to Restream. And you can go check them out at thedigitalgal.com/Restream and go and play with an account there. It's really, really quite handy, I gotta say. All right, so who is ready to dive back in? I can see Annalisa, your comment here. That creates such a mess. Wish it wasn't this frustrating. It's the whole reason I'm doing this broadcast right now. I know. I've worked with so many different people who have accounts that are all tangled up, where they have a Facebook page and a business manager account over here, but their Instagram is in another business manager over here, and their ad account is in somebody else's business manager, and only half their staff have access and they can't see it. So let's get you all fixed up. Let's get in here. Let's take a look at it, and let's figure out or learn how to get this set up. So picking up where we left off, let me go back down here. So this is the step. So let me close that because I don't actually want to do that. So just recapping here, we created a business manager account by going to business.facebook.com. And then we cruised on down here to pages, and we're going to add a page. Now I already have a page in here, Small Talks page. You're going to choose the option add a page. From there, you're going to start typing your Facebook page name in here, The Digital Gal, and you have to choose it from the drop-down. So if it's not available in the drop-down, then it's not seeing it. It has to be there, otherwise this will be blanked out. And then you go ahead and click Add Page, and in this case it's saying these are connected together. We're going to bring them both into this business manager, the Facebook page and Instagram. You can go, okay, I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to bring these guys in. So you're going to add the page. From there, let's cruise all the way down, bottom left here to Business Info. You're going to click into Business Info, this is going to be blank. Your profile photo won't be there. The primary page won't be there. You're going to click edit. And again, you're going to find it in the list. And if you go to do this step before you add your page, no pages are going to come up in this list. It's only going to pull in pages that have been added into this business manager. What this is doing is we are adding it to our business manager as our primary page. So we're claiming it. So no other business manager. So for example, if you had an admin, say you have a Facebook page and you have like 5 admins on there, and then you're trying to set up your business manager and bring everything in-house into one umbrella, one roof. But somebody else has already gone and created a business manager without telling you, and they already added the page in and they claimed it as their own. Then they get fired or they leave and they walk away. They own your page. Their business manager owns your page. They own the access control on that page. They own all the assets and everything. The ad account, or not the ad account yet. We haven't added that in. But it locks up your page. So make sure that you claim your own page with your business manager so that your business manager owns your Facebook page so that no other admins can go and do that. All right, back into the screen share here. So you're going to go in, put in your page, select it. I've already done that. And then just hit save. And then it's still going to show blank. Once you do that, you're going to go and refresh your browser. And then once you've refreshed your browser, then it's going to show up here just like this with your profile photo now and a cover and cover art when you're looking at the original business.facebook.com. How/where do I go to have you help my team clean all this up? Honestly, I do probably about 3 to 4 of these calls a week where you can go onto you can book coaching calls with me, 1-hour coaching calls. You can find that. Let me just go the Digital Gal. You can find that. So this is not meant to be a plug, but you can find that right down here. You can consult with the Digital Gal. It shows you, it has the booking link, pricing, and all the details on what's provided with it in FAQ. That's all hiding down here. So you can go check that out. Thank you. All right, so we've added your primary page. So let's just review here. We created the account. Then we went and we added our page in here. Then we went down into business info way in the bottom left and we claimed it as our primary page. All right, check. Now let's talk ad accounts. We go into ad accounts over here. And normally I've already added an ad account in here. When you're first starting an account, you don't see any in here. So we've got some options here. I click on the add button and we have the option to either add an ad account, request access to an ad account, or create a new ad account. So in this case, I can't create a new ad account because I've hit the limit for this business manager account. If you don't have any ad accounts in here yet, you're going to be fine. You'll be able to just go ahead and create a new ad account. So let me talk through these options. Creating a new ad account is creating one from scratch, where you're starting it up from fresh and it's brand spanking new and you're creating it and it's going to be born and live forever inside this business manager. If I wanted to use this option at the top here, add an ad account. This is adding an ad account that already exists, is already out there in existence, and there's a difference between personal ad accounts and business ad accounts. So again, let me just pull my face back up here and tell you the difference. So the difference being that every single one of our personal profiles, whether you know it or not, when you create a Facebook account for yourself, like a Facebook personal account, you get a personal ad account associated with it. Ta-da! That was the traditional way that we had our ad accounts, and we could share access to those ad accounts back in the day before Business Manager existed. So there's kind of these like 2 camps. There are these old ad accounts that used to exist, and then there are new Business Manager accounts we can create right from within Business Manager. But there's also the option to take one of those old personal accounts and go and grab it and move it over into Business Manager. We can do that. You just need the account number. And I'm not going to show you in this broadcast where to go and find that, but that's one way where you can go and claim an existing ad account that belongs to your personal profile, your personal self, and bring it into the business world, into that business manager. Why would you do that? Well, it's good if you've been running ads traditionally. Most of you that have been boosting posts, it's boosting off of your own personal ad account. And this is another area of confusion that people run into, where they have their personal ad account that they've been boosting, and then they hire other admins, or they have other admins on the page, and another admin is also boosting posts. But when they boost, it's going from their own personal ad account. So now you have this one page, you have several ads being run from different accounts, and then when each of them try to go in and look at all the results of all the ads, they're not seeing all the ads because those ads are living in different accounts. Those are personal accounts. So the better way to do it is if you already have a lot of ad spend, a lot of history, and you've been using a pixel tied to one of those personal ad accounts, go and grab that account number and go and bring it in. And we do that by using this top option, the add account. So that's an existing personal account where you go to add it. It will prompt you to enter the account ID. And if you are an admin on that, it'll just pull it in automatically. That's different than creating a new ad account, creating new ones, creating a new one from scratch. It's automatically going to live inside this business manager. And then there's this third option, which is requesting access to an ad account. So this is, again, going, if I know the ad account ID of what ad account I want access to, I can go and knock on the door of somebody else's ad account and go, hi, can I have access so I can work with you? And the reason that these two are grayed out is because this is a brand new account. Well, actually, it's not that new. I've had it for quite a while, but it's a new account where I haven't spent any ad dollars in here yet. So as I go on the left-hand side, all the way back down into that business info tab down here, click through. Hello. Bonjour. Add account creation limit right here. Add account creation limit 1. So this is misleading because you're like, oh, I still have one left. I can create another account. Nope. If I go back to add accounts, that is your one. I've already got one. I already created one in here. It's sitting there. Now, when you first start, you can create an ad account, but you have to go and start spending some ad dollars on it. Do some ads, connect it to a credit card, spend some money, have Facebook charge your credit card successfully a few times, and have some lifespan with that account. After you've been spending money appropriately on an account, an ad account, then when you go back into business info after some time, you're going to see that ad account creation limit jump up to 5. And that doesn't mean you get 5 additional accounts. You've already got one in there. So that means you can create up to 4 more. So for every ad account you create that you own, it's going to eat away at that balance. And then there are agencies, the bigger you grow, the more ad accounts you're allocated. So this is in Elisa. There must be so many businesses out there doing this wrong. You really have to know what you're doing. I'm showing you all the scary stuff because I'm trying to cram all of this. The whole purpose of this broadcast is that at the end of it, I want you to be able to troubleshoot your way out of anything. So I know I've been talking for 40 minutes now about Business Manager. Trust me, when you know what you're doing, you can pop in here, you can set up an ad account, set up a whole Business Manager account, add in all the pieces, be in and out and done in 10 to 15 minutes. So it's right now I'm really, really drilling in to all of these pitfalls and areas where I see people get tangled up. Because I want this to be a resource later that I can just point somebody to and be like, hey, we ran into that issue? Go look at minute number 17 of this video. So let's go back in. All right, so we've made it as far as add accounts. So in this case here, sometimes people will have a business manager that they've set up a long time ago. They created the ad account sitting in here, and then they didn't spend any money on it for a long time, and it sat here. Well, what Facebook has been doing in this last year, they have been deactivating dormant accounts. So if you pop in here, yeah, and Elisa, the more you spend, the more ad accounts you can get. Truth. So, brain blip. Time for a sip. So when you go in, if your ad account has been deactivated for being dormant, you can go and reach out to Facebook support and say, hey, oops, this one's been dormant. I would like to start using it again. Chances are you'll get it reinstated, and that's good. Reason that's important is, again, we've run into that one ad account limit. I can't even add an existing ad account in here, like a personal one, or create a new one, because this Business Manager container, this whole account, has hit its limit. So until I start using this account and spending money on it, then I'm stuck. Let me give you a quick scenario of a conversation that actually came up today on a coaching call. It's somebody who is working with a dentist. That dentist has 3 locations. They want to create a brand new Business Manager, and they want to create 3 ad accounts for each of their locations. The issue with that when you're starting a fresh brand new Business Manager account is you go in, you've added your page, you add your ad account or create an ad account. Well, it's used up your allotted one ad account limit. So you need to get in there, you need to start spending some ad dollars, you need to have some credit card payments go through successfully and build up that trust with Facebook before they give you some more keys to more palaces and open up more ad accounts. And then you can go and create additional ad accounts if you wanted to for those separate lines of business. So that's a scenario of where that comes in. Okay, we have added a page. We have added an ad account. And before I walk on to data and pixels and all of that, when you first add these things in, doesn't necessarily mean people are added. So if I remove me off of this, let's see if it'll let me do that. So let me do it from the page. Remove Amanda Robinson from Small Dog, confirm. Okay, so I've added the page, right? But there's no people who can access this. So the page has been added to the business manager. Cool. But I've not assigned it to any of the people in this account. So again, if I go back up to users, I can see people. There's one person in this account. If there are multiple people in this account, you would see them listed here. And notice, what access does Amanda Robinson have inside here? I have access to an ad account. I don't see the page in here though. I still have to take that extra step of assigning access to the different assets, to the different people inside the business manager account. So the way that you're going to do that is you can click on add assets. You can either do it from the person, go add assets, or I can go down to the page and I can add people. So either way, there's multiple ways to get to the same result. And I can either add them from the button here or add them from the button here. What that looks like, if I click on that, there's only one person inside this business manager account. I can check it off. And on the right-hand side, I can decide what access level Amanda Robinson is going to get to Small Dog's page. And I'm going to scoot all the way to the bottom, and I'm just going to go Manage Page. I'm going to give Manage Access and assign. One person has been added to the page Small Dog. And I hit Done. And there you go. So now I can see it. Now I've been given access. So that's the other issue when people add ad accounts and pages. They'll get access to the page. You also need to make sure they've been given access to the ad account. So if I add people, I'm already on this, but Amanda Robinson, and then I can choose what access level do I have. And I can give full admin access, or I can say this person can only go in and manage campaigns, so they can create, edit ads, and access, report, and view ads. That's probably one of the safest ways to give an employee access. View performance. I've been able to go on and analyze somebody's ad account, not create ads, not go in and make any changes. I've been able to just go in and kind of assess the account and see what's going on. So there's different levels of access, or I can manage the ad account and control all the permissions. And I need that. Done. All right, so that's pages and ad accounts. Whoo, we're getting there. A couple more to go. Okay. And if you do have questions on this broadcast, feel free to drop those in the comments. Feel free to pop in and say hi, and we'll keep on cruising through. So cruising along down the left-hand side here, we have Instagram accounts, and Small Dog. Actually, you know what? Small Dog does have an Instagram account. I just don't have it upgraded to a business account. So if you do not have an Instagram account in here connected, what you need to do is that Instagram account needs to be upgraded from a personal account. So you can go on your phone, on the app on your phone, and go and upgrade it from a personal account into a business account. And then you need to link it to your page. So those steps need to be done. And then once you do that, you'll be able to go in here, add, and you'll be able to connect your Instagram account. You need to make sure you have your login details for that Instagram account in order to do that. And then you should have no problem. Sometimes the Instagram account part is where it gets a little bit weird. And why do you want that? Why do you need that? Well, for those of you who may not know, Facebook, when you produce ads through Facebook's Ads Manager, you can place those ads on Facebook, on Instagram. You can put them in the Instagram feed and Instagram stories. There's different ad placements available for Instagram. So you don't have to run your ads by, promoting your posts from your Instagram on your phone. You can do it through Ads Manager. I highly recommend you do it through Ads Manager because that's where you can get more creative and more strategic with how you're doing your targeting, your audiences, all those wonderful things to make the most efficient use of your budget. So cruising back along here, Instagram accounts. I don't have one in here. You can add one. And then we have data sources. Let's go pixels. So I have 2 pixels that I've got in here. Small dog, I went and created a pixel for him. And if I go add, this is going to create a new pixel. I don't want to do that. If you come in here and it's blank, you have the opportunity to create a new pixel. Name it whatever you want. Make sure it's something recognizable so you know when you're toggling in and out of different accounts along the way, you know you're using the right pixel. And then I'd put the website URL in here and set that up. And then what I would do, that's step 1. Step 2, see where it says connected assets? Add account. If this was blank, I would have to go add assets, and that's the add account. Small dog is already connected. I don't know why they still give you the false option like I'm re-adding it. Whew. But you check off the add account that you want to connect it to and hit add. So that way, when you do that, that allows you, when you're going to create ads in the ad account, that way the ad account is talking to the pixel that you created that you're then going to go install on your website. So the pixel and the ad account are talking back and forth to each other. So if you try to do things like go and create audiences of people who have been to your website, any type of conversion ads for events that take place on your website, like a purchase or an add to cart or a subscribe, any of those events that are taking place on your website that require your pixel, in order for that to talk to your ad account so you can make more, so you can be more creative and strategic with your advertising, those 2 pieces have to be connected and they have to talk. And that's how you do it, is right here by you've created your pixel or you've added your pixel, and then you assign assets and you connect it to your ad account. So that's why there's an order of operations. We've had to create the ad account in here, then we have the pixel that we've created, we connect the 2 of them together. Next step, we have to have payment settings added to the ad account. So let's go payment methods. Now I'm not going to, oh, well, we'll see what's in here. I don't have any connected here. So I would go add a payment method, and then I would enter this in here. Oh, this actually prompts me to give another reminder. When you go to set up that ad account for the first time, make sure that you are in the correct currency. It's incredibly important. I'm in Canada, and most of our stuff in Canada, when we go to create new accounts and such, by default, it's almost always on the United States and Pacific time zone. If you create an ad account in the United States with Pacific time zone as your default, you can't change those at a later date. Those are the only 2 things when you set up an ad account you can't change. So then I have lots of Canadian clients, not lots. Over the years, I have had lots of Canadian clients who have set up an ad account and it's defaulting to US dollars. And the exchange rate, I mean, it's about just a ballpark, like $1 is worth about, $1 US is about $1.30 Canadian. So when you think you're spending $100 on your ad, you're actually spending $130. So if you can see how that can kind of snowball over time when you're trying to budget. So that's why it's important to make sure when you've gone to set up your ad account, you set it up, when it prompts you, you make sure you choose the right time zone and you choose the right country. And then here, billing, I can add that in. And then again, because Facebook is really funny this way, if you don't set up your billing, your payment method, if you don't set it up when Facebook prompts you, when you've initially set up that ad account, you're going to have to come back in and do it after the fact. And you'll go ahead and put your credit card information in here, and that's great, but then you'll be kind of stumped and go like, okay, well, now how do I connect it to the ad account? And that's where you might have to go into business tools and billing. So they're actually kicking you out of the system, throwing you over into billing. Let's go check it out over here. And then from here, from billing in this stage, up in the top right-hand side, there's payment settings. This is becoming quite the comprehensive resource on all the business manager ins and outs. Then in here, I can add a payment method right here. If I choose add payment method, it's going, whoop, there we go. Once you have a payment method that's set up in Business Manager will be one of these options that you'll see. So that's how you can do it. So right now I can set it up via PayPal. I can set it up via debit or credit card. If I do that, it's going to prompt me right here. So you can either do it right here through the business billing, or you can do it through Business Manager. And that's what that looks like. So I'm going to cruise back on over here, head back over into business settings. Let me just check my notes to make sure I'm hitting all the parts. So we've added our page. We've made it our primary. We have created our ad account. We have added our credit card. We've created our pixel. We have permissions and domain. Last two parts. I know this was a long one. We're getting there. All right. So next, last but not least, let's talk about the permissions here. And then we will talk, actually, let's go verify domain because that's the fastest one right now. Verify, so under brand safety, this is another added step. This is a fairly new step. Most business managers don't have this set up right now. You want to go into domains and you want to add your domain. And let's go. And you don't want the HTTPS or the www. You just want your whatever it is .com or whatever it is .ca or .au, whatever your website is. Add domain. It can't because I've already verified that with my other one. Let's just make one up. Small dog is awesome sauce.com. Add domain. Okay, it looks like nothing happened, right? This is how Business Manager rolls. You do something, it's like, cool, ignore. It's like a cat. If you go up here and you hit refresh, then it is going to appear. And you will see we need to verify it. So there are some additional steps that you can take. You can either do it through DNS verification, HTML file upload, or meta tag. I'm not going to go into how to do all this. I actually have a YouTube video that walks you through exactly how to do these steps. So I'm not going to show you how to do that. I just want to make sure in the setup process of setting up Business Manager, you know how to do that. Now, last but not least, let's wrap this up and bring it home. People and partners. So if we're talking people, again, I am the only admin in here. You really, really should have a backup admin in here. Somebody that you trust with your life, your soul, somebody you trust with your business. So I can go in here and add a backup admin and add another person. So when I go to add a person into my Business Manager, let's go Jen. Jen, I'm going to pretend she's a small dog employee at smalldog.com. I don't know if that, what if there's actually somebody out there who actually has that email? Wouldn't that be hilarious? So I'm just going to go, Jen is awesome at smalldog.com. I'm going to pretend I'm making up these things. So I'm entering that person's work email address. The cool thing about this is I can add people into this Business Manager who I don't have to be friends with on Facebook. So from a professional standpoint, this is great because you can give somebody access using their professional email address, not their old, angel of darkness at hotmail.com that they set up their Facebook personal account with like 13 years ago. So you can send them access to their business email. Employee access by default is switched on. So that's giving them access to your Business Manager, but not making them a global admin of your entire access control system. So that's important to not be adding random people in as an admin. Only give somebody admin access, again, if you trust them with your life, your soul, your business, and then hit next. And then right from here, this looks familiar, right? Now this person that I'm bringing in, I can assign them, I can select my page, and I can say I'm going to let them manage my page. I'm going to also click on Add Accounts, go over here. Yes, you can have access to my ad account. And then I'm going to go down. I don't have catalogs connected with Small Dog. I don't have a Facebook or Instagram shop or any external catalogs from like Shopify. I don't have any of that. Apps, none of that. Pixel, there it is. Yep, you can manage that pixel. And I'm going to hit invite. So now I have just invited that email address. That person's been sent an invitation to that email. And at the same time, I also gave them permission to access 3 accounts. I can hit done. So there we go. So that is pending. This person doesn't even exist. So I can cancel that request if I want to. Cancel. Yep, cancel invitation. And there, it's gone. Let me refresh because that is no longer pending. Again, Facebook Business Manager isn't super intuitive and likes to make us refresh. Okay, and the final step, folks. The final step. Here we are on the home stretch for everyone who is hanging in there and watching this while we're live. I appreciate you. This is technical. You're doing awesome. Thank you. All right, the left-hand side, now we're starting to lag a little bit here. Down here under partners, let's talk about partners for a minute. Partners are when you're giving somebody else, you're giving another business manager account access to your business manager account. And then you're assigning that other business manager what assets they can work on. So when I have added this other business manager, I'll show you how to do that in a second. But again, when you go to give them access, you can give them access to all sorts of bits and pieces. I can give them access to the page, the ad account, the etc. You have to switch the sliders on to assign what you want to allow them to work on. So, and this is great, Annalisa. Thank you. This is very reassuring because I know I'm kind of going a little long here. So how do you add a partner into your business manager, and why would you? Well, if you're working with an agency or if you're working with somebody else, you don't want to add them into your business manager as an employee. You want to add them, or you don't want to make them an admin of your business manager. They're a third-party partner that you want to give temporary access to or access to as a business relationship. And the scenario on when this would be useful is, for example, so say you want to work with me, and say you hired me to help you with your ads. You hired the Digital Gal business as a whole, and you gave me business access as a partner. And then you said into your business manager and all your settings, you're like, okay, I'm going to add the Digital Gal in as a partner. And then I'm also going to give her access to my page, to my ad account, to my pixel, to my catalog. I'm going to give her all that access. And then you think in your mind that you're just giving Amanda Robinson access. Not necessarily. You're giving my business manager access. I might have more people inside my business manager access. Like say I hired somebody, and say I need them to go and pull some reports for me or do something. On my end, now that I'm a partner, you've given me access to all those things, I can go and assign one of my own employees to go and work on your assets. And the benefit of that is that say I have turnover, or say that employee gets promoted to a management position, and I fill that other position with another person. You as the client don't need to know that I have staffing changes going on, that people are turning over, people are changing roles. That means that's of no matter to you. That's my responsibility as a business to take care of, and you don't need to see that going on. So in the behind the scenes, I can just go and swap out access to say, well, now I want to assign, I just hired Jeremy. I'm going to give Jeremy access to this client so that it can work on them. I'm going to remove access from Susan because she no longer needs that access. I can handle that as a business owner, as an agency on my side, and the client doesn't need to see it. And so that's a scenario why you would add, why you would give partner access. But on top of that, partner access is great because you can just share some pieces. Maybe they just need the ad account. Maybe I want to share the pixel. Maybe it's a business that needs my pixel information to be able to create audiences and run ads on my behalf. There are various reasons why you would give partner access, but that extra step, you can add somebody as a partner. How do you do that? Add, and the options are give partner access to your assets. So that's what you would do. If you're a client, you come to work with me, that's what we need to do. I need you to give me access to some of your assets. Or I can ask a partner to go and share assets with me. So I can go from my own business manager, I can click on that, and I can go and basically knock on your door and say, hi, can you please share these assets with me? But I need information from you first. Before I could do that, I would need account numbers. But here, give a partner access to your assets. So if I click on that, it's looking for that partner's business ID. Where do we find that business ID? Well, I would go into my own Digital Gal Business Manager, for example, and go back all the way down into that business info, and your own business manager ID is right here. You can see it, business manager ID. Oops, right there. The other place you can find that is right here. When you're in business manager, you find it right in your URL, right at the top of the account you're working on. So that's the number that you need when you go to add a partner. You need their business manager ID to add in here. Next, and they'll be added into your business manager. That's only step one. Step two is you still have to go in and assign them assets. You have to share assets and go and assign them what you want them to work on. And then you're not quite done yet. So you've added them to your business manager. You've given them access to your assets. Now that person still has to go, that partner still has to go into their own business manager and now assign people access to the assets that you gave them. Whew, that's a lot of steps. We're going to bring it home. That's all of the information packed into one. So just to recap that last order of operations when you're adding a partner to work on your stuff, and that is the legitimate, proper way that you should be doing it. You should own your own business manager account, own your own ad account, add a business in as a partner, and assign access to what pieces they should be working on. And then when that relationship ends, you just simply remove them as a partner and add in your new agency. If you hire somebody internally, or if you have internal staff or internal people that work with you, you can add them to your business manager as an employee and give them different access. So that's how all that works. And just to recap again on that order of operations, once you've added somebody into a business manager, whether it's a person or whether it is a partner, you still have to take the added step of assigning them access to all the different assets they get to work on. And then the third step of that is, if you happen to have assigned access to a partner, they still have to go into their own business manager. Once they've accepted the request, they still have to go into their own business manager, and they have to assign themselves access to the assets that you gave them access to. Whew, there should be like some tongue twister in here related to business manager. I think I might make that like Facebook ads trivia. Okay. We're going to wrap this one up because this one's running long. Thank you for paying attention. We're not done yet. If you want a shot at winning a Facebook portal next week, you're going to head on over to thedigitalgal.com/contest. You're going to enter your information there for a chance at winning one of these lovely, lovely little things. I'm giving one away. I just gave away one today to Dina Pruitt. I will be following up with her by email, getting her email address and contact info, and dropping this in the mail. And I have another one giving away next week, same time, same place, here on What in the Ads is Going On. That's this lovely show right here. This one is sponsored by Restream, which is the wonderful tool that allows me to multi-stream this into multiple different locations from one broadcast source. And this is great. And Lisa was asking, can you show me again where you see who owns the business manager account? Of course I can. Of course I can. So back down here on the far left-hand side, down all the way to the bottom, business info. That's where you find the business manager ID. And if you don't have that ID from that person, you can't go and share. You can't go and get partner access. I think that was the question. Can you show me again where you see who owns the business manager account? Who owns it? Yeah, down in business info, you can see that's my info. Yeah. And you can see all these different assets. So if I go into like pages, for example, you can see things like this page. It says owned by Amanda and Small Dog, which is this business manager. If I go into the ad account, it says owned by Amanda and Small Dog. So this ad account's owned by this business manager. And that business manager ID is in the URL up here and also in the bottom. So that is, yeah. It's a lot of info. We covered a lot of ground tonight, folks. So let's put this in perspective. When I do a coaching call with somebody and they're all tangled up with business manager, I can do this in my sleep. So I know right away what I need to look for, where I need to see if it's connected, all those little stumbling blocks that we can run into, those troubleshooting issues. That's what I do for a living. And I live in this. And yes, it's not easy. And I'm so sorry that Facebook has made it complicated for us. And just be aware that a business manager account can get shut down. That means your business manager can get locked out and all of your assets inside of it can't be removed from it. So that can be very frustrating. I have some other videos, YouTube videos on how to prevent that from happening as well. And thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I'm glad that you were able to jump in and watch this one and catch this with me and spend some time. All right, folks. So what you need to know. Will this be available again? As soon as I end this broadcast, this whole thing is available on replay. So you are in luck. If you want to catch more information like this, I really encourage you to join me every single week. I've got 2 shows that are going on right now. I have this one right now happening every single Wednesday. So you'll find this on my Facebook page, facebook.com/thedigitalgal is the main primary source, but you'll also see this broadcast sprinkled across other areas of the web. And I'm launching a brand new show tomorrow. I'm really excited about that one. That next show that's launching tomorrow is the Video Marketing Show. I am so excited about that one. I'm going to be walking you through everything that you need to know from a small business perspective on why video ads are a critical part of your strategy to make the best use of your budget. So video ads are key, and I'm going to show you the strategy and behind why. And that's especially important if you are a small business. That's happening tomorrow on the Video Marketing Show. So in the meantime, next week, I'll be back here again, giving away another portal and having more fun and teaching you more Facebook ads related things. Sometimes this show is about breaking news and different social media, Facebook news and ads news. Sometimes it's like this, where I dive in and go, okay, let's clear the air and do a full technical tutorial. So it's a mixed bag on what you're going to get here. But tomorrow is going to be a strategy session. You are not going to want to miss that. That is happening at 1 o'clock Pacific. And again, you can find it on the Digital Gal page. You can find it on Restream's page. It's all over the map. If you want to know when these things are happening, make sure, again, that you jump onto thedigitalgal.com/contest, enter your email address. You'll be signed up for the email notifications, so you'll know when we're going live again and when you can learn cool stuff like this. Okay, I gotta go feed Small Dog. Poor guy. I go walk him, feed him, probably feed myself, take care of those little things. If you have any questions about Business Manager, feel free to reach out to me. You can find me everywhere around the web at The Digital Gal. You can hit me up on the website, thedigitalgal.com, and there are single coaching sessions available if you need one. Thanks, everybody, and have a fantastic evening. I shall see you next week.